sir. And your host, Bobby the Brain. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Primetime Wrestling 1987. We promise to bring you some of the most outstanding matchups in all of professional wrestling in the world today, right here on Primetime Wrestling, and, of course, a blockbuster this week we're starting off with.
You have to talk so loud, you know.
Oh, did I wake you up? You got a headache?
No.
You should have a headache. You should have a headache and a pocketbook ache, from what I understand. The King is joining us this week.
The King, yes, my man. But you have to be so loud.
Yeah, I understand he's going to get crowned again. And our feature this week, the magnificent one, Don Morocco, taking on Hillbilly Jim.
And Mr. Fuji in the corner.
Yeah, the devious one is always there. We got some other exciting tag. I can't believe that Adrian Adonis teaming up with the Hart Foundation in a six-man.
He's managed by Jimmy Hart.
Yeah, I know, but it's
that.
kind of a mongrel combination, is it not?
Oh, S.D. Jones, Spivey, and Rotundo. There's a pedigree right there, huh?
Well, you know, anybody that paints a circle around their eye, to me, leaves a lot to be desired. We're also going to take a look at Jake the Snake Roberts.
And the King.
We said the King.
I know, but I just want to keep mentioning again so the people remember. You don't
have a headache, do you?
Will you be quiet? You don't have to talk that loud.
Yes. We have another tremendous tag team match. The Islanders, Haku and Tama, against the Dream Team. The Dream Team didn't do too well in 1986. Maybe 87 will be a better year for them.
Well, 87 is going to be a better year for me, I guarantee it.
And I can guarantee a banner year for World's Heavyweight Champion Hulk Hogan. Right now, let's go to the ring. Valentine and Beefcake taking on the Islanders to start off 1987.
This is a tag team contest scheduled for one fall. Introducing first to my left, the manager, Johnny V. And now introducing the Dream Team. At a total combined weight of 520 pounds, from San Francisco, California, Brutus Beefcake. And from Seattle, Washington, Greg the Hammer Valentine. And their opponents, soon to be making their way into the ring area from the beautiful South Pacific, at a total combined weight of 501 pounds, Haku and Tama, the Islanders.
The Islanders making their way down the ring here. Tama leading the way, and Haku first one up the steps. I'll tell you something, these two guys have been very impressive here in the World Wrestling Federation, and if they can get by the Dream Team, they'll really show me something.
They really will. They'll show me something too. The youngster of the Islanders, Tama, he has certainly made a lot of progress. He is so sharp, so quick, and of course there is that reliable, steady power and force that comes from Tama. From Haku, I should say. Haku being the power man on that team.
Luscious Johnny V trying to lead the Dream Team back to the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Championship, which they lost in the Rosemont Horizon in Chicago as part of WrestleMania to the British Bulldogs, Dynamite Kid and Davey Boy Smith.
That fateful day. And
it was a nightmare for them.
Yes, it was. But Johnny V is doing an excellent job of leading them back, because he's already got them, I see, back into contention as #1 challengers for that tag team title. So you can't laugh at his efforts.
Definitely not.
I mean, look at the other teams that are competing. For example, look at Bundy and Studd. What an awesome team there. And now we have another new team that I have seen, and they are absolutely electrifying, and that is the Can-Am Connection.
Can-Am Connection. You got it right.
Wow, what a team. Rick Martel and Tom Zink.
Tom Zink. Oh. Neither one of them could get a date, though, for Saturday night, Alfred. I found that out. Well, don't forget the Hart Foundation.
Yes.
Don't forget Morales teams up with Santana.
Yes, Tito
to make a
Pedro.
tremendous team.
They really do. And, of course, here are the Islanders.
Championship Committee will be taking a very close look at the outcome of this particular matchup. And luscious Johnny V.
So important is this match to both these teams. And they know it. There is that feeling of expectation in the air that there's going to be a hard-fought and bitterly contested battle to win that coveted #1 challenging position for the championship.
Of course, now they have to contend with Matilda as well.
Yes.
Who recently broke the arm, literally broke the arm of the slickster. It looks like the Hammer going to start off with a powerhouse, Haku.
This is powerhouse versus powerhouse.
He didn't get the nickname Hammer for nothing.
No, and he only functions better when he's hurt.
And more dangerous as well. It's like a wounded animal.
He really is. What a tremendous background this man has, Greg Valentine. On his day, he is capable of beating absolutely anybody. Haku, of course, has done the same thing.
Luscious Johnny V wandering by our broadcast position here. Tell me, John, this has got to be what I consider to be a wrestle-off for the #1 challenger. Whoever wins this match would be, I'm sure, deemed by the championship committee to be #1 challenger for the British Bulldogs.
Well, you know, Monsoon, I've sat by your side here week after week, and I've watched these Islanders, this Haku and Toma. They are definitely a force to be reckoned with here in the WWF. I take that point very, very, very acceptably. But that's one thing I wanted to know. This is Madison Square Garden. This is the home of the Dream Team. And I am Luscious Johnny V. And I'll tell you what, Justice will prevail here tonight.
This is not...
Quit trying to put words
Try
in
to
my
control
mouth.
yourself
You're gonna
now.
see a
This is not the Rosemont Horizon is what you're trying to say. This is not where the nightmare went down.
You should be a stand-up comedian, some strip joint somewhere.
Thanks very much for joining us. Certainly a fountain of misinformation at times, Alfred.
A great deal of wisdom came
I have to
from
put
that
up with him occasionally on Wrestling Challenge. And
Yes.
he can't really make up his mind as to what he wants to be when he grows up. I don't know.
You think he's still in his boyhood, do you?
I think so. Trapped right now, the Hammer by Haku. Atomic drop perhaps coming up. Oh, look at the height on him.
Oh, that hurt. Oh.
He'll be walking rather strangely for the next few weeks.
Well, I can feel that myself. Oh.
Reverse knife edge drops him down to the canvas. You're not going to pin Valentine that way.
No, and you're not going to pin him this easily, this early either.
There's the tag made, and the youngster, Tama. Look at that agility. Don't you wish you could do that, Alfred? Again, I know at one time you did that.
I certainly wish I could. Believe me, some mornings I get up and I know that I couldn't ever do that again.
Continuity showing us that the Islanders can indeed put it together.
Yes, and they're working well as a team.
Look at that double shot. Brutus, nowhere to be seen in sight here.
No. The youngster on the Islanders team is certainly maturing fast.
And he is quick. Brutus sneaking in, and so is Tama at the same time. He's got an eye on him. Brutus not watching him. Now he's seen him.
He has certainly learned to be a good tag team partner for Haku. Because Tama had a good eye then on Beefcake, and Beefcake might have been able to get in and do some damage, but it didn't work out that way.
Johnny V having a few words of encouragement with his man, the Hammer. Seemed to do some good. Now Brutus made it legal tag in. Look at this. Oh. These guys will hurt you in so many ways. High flyers, especially Tama. But the Dream Team, if you make a mistake, it's curtains.
Oh, they're onto you. And they're like leeches. Once they grab hold of you, they won't let go. They'll suck blood and energy and strength right out of you.
Brutus using his favorite hold to break a hold, go to the ropes.
Yes, not a bad strategy.
Requires very little intelligence and a whole lot less ability.
Exactly. Do you remember when we first saw Beefcake back at the end of 1983? How raw and green he was then?
Oh, yes. Nice fireman's carry by Haku. He's certainly come a long way since then. It's amazing what happens to you when you get a championship belt put around your waist.
Yes. And let us face it, when you got a manager like Johnny V as well.
Yes, he does. He contributes a lot to this team. Well, talk about matches of importance. That's exactly what we're talking about in terms of tag team competition. You don't really have a tag team right now that's vying for a championship belt, do you?
No, I don't.
No, you don't. But you got a headache, right? Yes. We'll be back with the conclusion of this exciting tag team matchup in just a moment. Personally, I don't care whether you feel lousy or not. This is our program, and we still have to do it. Last week, you didn't even give us one New Year's resolution either. Do
you want me to write down some New Year's resolutions?
I wish you would. I'll even give you a pen. In the meantime, we'll go back to Madison Square Garden.
And now look at Brutus. He's cool, he's calm, he's definitely collected.
Oh, look at the leapfrog. What height. And another one.
Beautiful moves.
And ducks underneath an elbow. Oh, look out. High cross body. Beeper down, leg hook, 2 count. Whoa.
Wow, very, very late kicking out of that.
Valentine was in the ring, but he didn't do anything.
He didn't know. I believe he thought that Beefcake had that, and that was nearly all over, right there and then. Beefcake's going back. He's thinking about this. He's saying to himself,
Don't you think that Brutus Beefcake knew he had to kick out of there? Johnny V was screaming, kick out.
What?
Don't you think Brutus realized that?
Well, you know what? I think there was a mix-up in their signals there, because Beefcake, I'm sure, was waiting for Valentine to come in and give a well-placed kick.
Oh, look at this.
To Haku.
Reaching down in his tights now. Brutus, possibly with something in his right hand. Hard to tell. He's got it closed. He has nothing. Certainly gave us that impression, though.
Yeah, he's playing with people's minds a little bit here. Yes, and I think that was a mix-up of the signals there, because they are a good team. Well, a good team. They're a great team. Beefcake and Valentine.
He's almost shot in. Valentine about to come in illegally. Hasn't learned that out, but you don't ask, you just do it.
And he didn't quite get that where he wanted either, so he's still a little bit raw around the edges.
Because sometimes by the time you ask, it's already too late.
Yes, you got a boot in your face.
You've already been the recipient.
Yes.
Beefcake in a little bit of trouble here. Needs to get over to his corner, make a tag.
He is a cool customer, though, Beefcake.
Tried to come out of that with a hammerlock switch, but
wasn't that a nice move by Haku?
Haku was one step ahead of him.
Dropped down, took that leg, tipped him forward, and now he's come out for that left arm.
You know something about so that is really something.
What is it, John?
I can't help but sit here and notice these guys have broken the rules. They got 2 men in the ring at various times. This referee has yet elected not to make sure these rules prevail here in the Garden. And I'll tell you what, there's been karate thrusts, there's been karate kicks, there's been switching, and it is totally illegal at this time, and you know as well as I do.
Thank you very much for your unbiased opinion.
He may have been right with 1 or 2 points there, but not completely right. As a matter of fact, the Islanders have been stretching the rules quite considerably here, and that's how they've been able to manage that upper hand. But did you see the nonchalant way that Beefcake tagged out then? He hasn't been hurt too badly yet, so no matter what Johnny V said, his team isn't suffering too badly.
Well, everyone knows the kind of punishment that the Dream Team can take and still come back. It's been obvious. They were no closet champions. They held that title for quite some time.
Every time,
shoulder breaker perhaps.
Every time the hammer does something to you, it hurts. Everything is so calculated. Get him in there,
pile driver.
Get his leg ready, get his head between those legs, and drop him.
Dropped him right on his cranium. Haku comes in and makes a saver. That would have been a 3 count.
That was it, right there and then. And look at the hammer now. Throw him out in complete disgust. Get rid of him, and then tell the referee your job is to keep that man out the ring.
Ended up right in a chair at ringside. One of the officials' chairs, who bailed out of there in a hurry.
Everything that the hammer does is cold, it's calculated, and it's so efficient.
Haku wasted no time in getting over to the far side of the ring where his partner was.
Look at this. Take the time. Look. Boom, and land that as hard as you can.
Planted that one right in there.
He is a cold, bruising, merciless battler. A good man to have on your team, wouldn't you say, Monson?
Absolutely so. Ducks underneath the big right hand. Look out, high cross body by Tama. Down there, shoulders are down, but didn't hook anything. Not going to hold Valentine down that way.
No, and I have the feeling that Valentine let that happen just so that he could take a little breather and administer more punishment on his own behalf. In he goes. Take that. Oh, gosh.
There's
Just
a tag. Now we're seeing the kind of continuity that brought the championship to this particular team.
Yes, you're looking at championship-type wrestling there because that's what these men are. They have that hallmark of champions about them.
Plus, is Johnny V happy about the way things are going right now, when only moments ago he was bent out of shape.
Yes, complaining.
There's no tag made there. And Tama now on the receiving and caught that one right in the short ribs.
He did.
Look out, inverted atomic drop, perhaps.
Taking his time with it. Look.
Where's he going with it?
Look at
Oh, look at the deliberacy of that move.
cold, calculated, towards his own corner.
But look at the nonchalant cover.
Oh, he doesn't want to pin him yet. They haven't had their full fun with this boy.
What do you say, huh?
Right where he knows he can reach up and make the tag to his partner. You can be very confident when you're that close to your own corner.
Yes, and then hold him, trap him until your partner has hurt him again.
Perhaps we'll see the figure four leg lock. The patented job of Greg the Hammer Valentine. The one that put so many guys out of commission. Oh, nice counter by Tama into a small package. Whoa, he almost got it.
That was a beautiful counter by the youngster. I really like that.
Well, we've seen Chief K. Strongbow fall prey to the figure four leg lock. It literally sealed a casket on his career.
Yes.
We've seen guys like Tito Santana put in the hospital
Absolutely.
from the figure four leg lock.
And here is a kid able to thwart that figure four leg lock. And you notice something else, nice reversal there by Tama. You notice something else, he's got his ankles taped very, very tightly. Do you think that is because he knows he's in the ring with this, these two who use a figure four?
Well, I think it's because he doesn't wear any shoes and he's finding it hard going. Right now, Haku exploding. Whoa! Valentine came in and he got nailed by his own partner, and Haku going to work on everybody. Look out. Well, it's 2 against 1 right now.
And that one is winning.
Valentine is now out of there. Tama still out of sight. There he is now. Look out. He's perched up there on the top turnbuckle.
Just waiting, hovering there like an eagle.
Oh, what a high cross body. Valentine comes in and the youngster had to get off him. Look at this. Johnny V now up on the apron. And he gets caught. It's mayhem here in Madison Square
Tama has
Garden.
him. And Tama headbutted him, but he's not paying attention.
Oh, look at that.
He straddled him across the ropes there, and that is a vicious move.
He got crotched
And
right
this
on
could be
that
a
top
very
rope.
easy pin for the former champions. It is indeed, I believe.
Oh, the youngster's hurt off it.
He is hurt. He was straddled while the referee's attention was distracted. Beautifully set up by Johnny V. And as much as we may not like it, that is what makes champions.
Let's get the official
Your
word.
winners, the Dream Team, Greg the Hammer Valentine and Brutus Beefcake.
Well, they were in trouble here in Madison Square Garden. The Dream Team was. And the Islanders well on their way to victory, but getting involved in the match as many times he does. Luscious Johnny V.
The catalyst for success, Johnny V, of his team. He's always been that, and he certainly was this evening.
If we can, let's go back in time and go to our video replay and look at what went down here. Watch the youngsters. He's crotched.
And this was after Johnny V had interfered.
Had the referee saw this, it's an automatic disqualification.
That is right. Straddled him across that top rope. Johnny V, by this time, back on the floor. It was a very easy pin for the team of Beefcake and Valentine.
The youngster, Tama, in so much pain, not even thinking about kicking out, Alfred.
No.
Not even a thought. That was the farthest thing from his mind. I understand that in 1987, my good friend Jack Tunney, the president of the World Wrestling Federation, is going to take a strong, hard look at some of the antics of you managers.
Don't blame me for what you just saw there.
I blame you for what I saw last week.
Care what you saw last week. That's history. That's in the past.
Yeah, well, the past sometimes comes into play in the future. How's your list coming?
My list is coming fine.
Would you like to tell us what some of the resolutions are?
Yes.
You have a couple of Anacin or aspirin or Alka-Seltzer?
I feel fine now.
Great. Well, give us some resolutions.
I will at the end of the program.
Oh.
I'm not done with my list yet.
I'm sorry.
Is that okay?
Yes, it's fine, just fine. Would you like to enlighten us as to what's happening with your crew, so to speak, such as the King?
Well, the King you're going to see a little later on in the program.
Thank God he's not coming up immediately. Well, folks, 1986 is history, and it's only right that we take time to recognize the world's greatest professional athlete and give the honor due. What are you smiling for?
You're going to show some footage of Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff.
Talking about the
Hercules?
World's Wrestling Federation champion.
The King.
Hulk Hogan. What a tremendous year he had here in the World Wrestling Federation.
Luckiest year I've ever seen in that.
In 1986, the reign of the champion.
Whoopee.
I am a real American, fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American, fight for what's right, fight for your life.
Right. We've got Bundy and Stud right where we want them, man. Let's go out there and take them, brother. The old Mr. Wonderful ways. Just play it by your rules.
Let me tell you something right now. Mr. Wonderful's ready.
He sure took his sweet time about it. Nonetheless, Orndorff finally coming in to help champion Hulk Hogan. Gets him up. Pats him all right. They'll win the match. Holds his hand up high for victory. They'll win this matchup, but nonetheless. Oh no! What in the world? What in the heck was that all about? You gotta... No! 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 Is in fact hulking up. That adrenaline's flowing. Look at the look.
The only man I've ever seen be able to dig down so deep where he reaches a point he becomes oblivious to pain.
It is unbelievable. The champion now unloading right after right. As the challenger goes down, scoop slam here, drives him right down in the center of the ring. Look out, big leg drop. Yes, got it right on him. And the champion says, I'm going for the 3 count.
Except Hulk Hogan, that is.
Can't believe it.